you guys finish off the regular season last weekend, basically playing 4 defensemen most of the game. What's your comfort level in that? You've had to do it quite a few times, maybe not quite a few, but a few times in the second half.
Yeah, no, I personally like it a lot. I mean, obviously it'll be nice to get those guys back like Mike and, you know, they're huge parts of our team, and we'll love when they're able to get back and healthy to play. But no, 4D and 5D in some instances, I mean, I like it. You kind of get into a nice rhythm fast, and yeah, I mean, it's a lot of fun. You're dialed in, and I mean, not that you're dialed in with 6, but it's just that much easier because it's so like repetitive and whatnot. So it's been fun.
You've had to be a little bit flexible with that, with, you know, playing with a few different guys this season so far. But,
right.
You know, I guess, is there any, I mean, you guys all seem to be pretty like-minded as defensemen. Am I reading that wrong, or is that one of the traits that this group has this year, that you're all kind of playing a similar style, as opposed to when you had, you know,
right.
Wyatt and
right.
DeAndre, guys that would go forward an awful lot more.
Right.
Is that,
yeah,
is
no.
that right?
I'd have to agree with you. We don't have, I mean, we all can have offensive flashes, but it's not like that's our game. I think a lot of our primary guys are in all 8 of us, really. We're kind of more defensive minded, and I think that's kind of a big thing that we all have in common. And then, yeah, it helps kind of playing together. We all know what to expect from each other, and I mean, it makes it easy to play with whoever we need to. So it's been good.
What were your expectations for yourself this season in terms of, you know, your senior year? You're expected to be a leader. Did you have to maybe not change your game, but did you have to do things differently as one of those veteran guys, as a leader, to you know, be a model for younger players?
Yeah, for sure. I think a big thing is kind of priding myself in hard work and kind of coming to practice every day and giving it my all. And I mean, being dialed at all times is kind of a big thing that I've been trying to do this year. I mean, there's been some days where I'm not 100%. And I mean, obviously that's still a spot that I need to work on. And I think just coming to the rink and attempting to do my best every day and kind of be that leader by example in a way is a big thing that I've been trying to do.
So, Josh, who's the flashiest or has the most offensive flair of the 8D?
Of the 8D? It's a good question. I'd say Mike has probably some of the best hands when he wants to. He doesn't always show them off, but I think he has the potential to do that and be a little bit more offensive, in my opinion. But that's who I would say.
Okay. Do you think at some point this season, 14 or 24, they're going to find the back of the net?
It comes up quite often. We always call each other's numbers before the game, and just kind of like, oh, take this guy in or whatever. But no, yeah, they've been called out quite a bit. So it's kind of funny, but at the same time, no, I think one of them will end up popping one. I mean, they both had several chances, and it's just a matter of they just haven't been getting the bounces yet. So it'll come, and when it does, I mean, everyone's going to be pumped up. So
I haven't seen the bench as dejected this season as a couple weeks ago when Jesper had one in the slot and it shot wide. That was the most crushing I've seen on you guys all year long.
That's funny.
No, yeah. When one of them does pull through and finally get in the back of the net, it's going to be bananas. I remember last year, it took Mike until three-quarters of the season was over, and he finally popped one, and it was electric. So I think it'll be the same energy for those guys, and it'll be exciting for sure.
You guys have gone to the Big Ten playoffs on the other side of this, at the bottom of the bracket.
Yep.
What's the expectation level now that you're in the 1 seed? You don't know who you're going to play yet, but you get that benefit of having the extra day of rest and only having to play 2 games where everyone else to win it has to play 3. Does that change your approach, your mentality, the way you want to approach going into the weekend at all?
I think just from a confidence standpoint, it gives us confidence to know, I mean, we can go in there and win it all. And I don't think you can take any game for granted or kind of, oh, it's going to be easy going in over the 1 seed or whatnot. You have to take every game like you are that last seed, or like you got a chip on your shoulder still. And I mean, we still have a lot to prove, and I think this weekend will be huge on that. So.
It's good to see smiles on the guys' faces. I mean, especially for the upper class. I mean, at this time last year, and the year before, it didn't look like this. I mean, it's almost what a difference 3 years makes, right?
Yeah, no, just the whole mentality, and I think the buy-in and just kind of the overall confidence and demeanor in the locker room is incredible. And as compared to years past, I mean, those were years that I think those were kind of instrumental for where we are now, and kind of as older guys to kind of learn from that and then instill that upon other guys coming in. And our coaches have done a great job with that too. So, I mean, I think, yeah, it's been a long time coming, and it's finally coming around. So hopefully we can keep it going and kind of keep proving ourselves. So
a lot of fun, huh?
Oh yeah. It's always fun to win.
I'll just go back to asking you about when you came in as a freshman, would you recognize yourself as a player now compared to where you were at that point? It seems like there's some points, some elements that are similar, but you've developed so much, I think, confidence in compared to where you were as 18, 19-year-old.
Right. No, yeah, I'd have to agree. And I think at some points I have gotten almost too comfortable, and I think I need to kind of take that into consideration. And I mean, there's always room for improvement. And I think I've come a long way since freshman year, but like I said, yeah, there's still kind of more to build upon and learn from other guys, learn from Coach Osiki and Coach Ganato and Strobel. So, yeah, still 6 games here, and it'll be fun. But yeah.
Tony said the word casual in terms of how you played at earlier points in your career, and that's kind of evolved out of your game. What does that mean to you? What do you recognize that to have meant to an earlier form of yourself?
Trying to think. I mean, yeah, it kind of goes back to what I was just saying. Like I was kind of, what did I call it? I forgot.
I think you said comfortable.
Yeah, a little, yeah, it's just a little bit too comfortable in a way. And I think just being kind of like I said, that I've been trying to work on this year and that I have been in past years, being kind of harder and coming to the rink prepared every day and wanting to get better every day. I mean, not that I wasn't trying to do that back then, but it was almost as if I got to a point where I felt like I was playing good, and I just kind of tried to stay there instead of trying to keep elevating my game. And I think that's kind of where I'm at right now, and realizing there's always room to get better. So.
Hey, Josh, quick question from me. What will your message be to your teammates leading into this tournament experience?
I think especially for the young guys, just take it in, use it as experience. And I mean, no matter what happens, I think it's just a big token for kind of their future. And I mean, kind of to add on that, I don't know, just have fun with it as well, I think is a big thing. I mean, that's kind of thing we've been preaching all year, and I mean, it's been working. So I think just have fun and use it as a learning experience, and hopefully we'll come out with a couple wins.
Josh, going back to your freshman year, was Marco Siki an assistant coach then?
Yeah.
And I have you have a great coaching staff, as you know, great personalities and great people. But I can always remember being a little intimidated by Marco Siki just because he looks like the guy I don't want to go in the corner to get the puck with. Were you a little intimidated by him at first?
I don't know if I'd say intimidated. Really, I think I was almost more intimidated as like the pace of play in a way. Not necessarily by my coach. I know he was there to help me, and he'd always be a tool for like helping me get better as a player. So, I mean, we've watched hours and hours and probably days of video to this point so, in my senior year. But no, he's been a great token to kind of how far I've come as a player and how much further I still have to go. And no, he's been awesome. So it's been a lot of fun.
They talk about his great work, working with defensemen. Has that been some of the most beneficial with you? Was video been maybe the biggest benefit, your work with Mark?
I think that's a big part of it. I mean, on ice is still huge. And I mean, the little things that he's able to point out and kind of the drills, we have forward D splits almost every day. So we're able to focus on small little areas of our game and kind of breakouts, whether that's like clean transitions or skating and whatnot. So no, yeah, film and just on ice stuff and little drills every day. So yeah, I mean, everywhere. He's awesome. He's the best. So.